Page 1219. Exploring marriage and divorce. Building relationships. Comparing a romantic relationship to a work in progress reveals an insightful metaphor. In the same way that before starting any work it is essential to draw up a plan, project, and calculations to prevent it from becoming an abandoned work in the future. The same applies to building a loving relationship. Although many venture to live as a couple, few manage to maintain this journey until the end, due to the lack of adequate planning before deciding to unite their lives in married life. In this context, it is important to remember a crucial teaching of Jesus, recorded in the Gospel of Luke 14:28, warning about the importance of planning, design, and calculations before starting any undertaking, for example, the construction of a tower. This principle transcends the sphere of civil construction, applying to different areas of life, including romantic relationships. Understanding that life as a couple is a work in progress is an essential step. The term, build relationship, expresses the complexity of a relationship, requiring solid planning, well-thought-out design, and careful calculations. The absence of this tripod, planned, project, and calculation, results in countless unhappiness in the homes of many couples, many of which end in divorce. Many go in search of a new relationship without realizing that the correct foundations should have been established before any union. The importance of planning and calculation. To firmly establish the foundations of a loving relationship, preparation is essential. In this chapter, we explore the necessary precautions before embarking on this journey of togetherness, highlighting the importance of planning and calculation. A. Plan. Before diving headfirst into a relationship, it is essential to mentally visualize what living with your loved one would be like. It is an exercise in imagination that involves anticipating challenges and possible disagreements that could arise in the future. Many factors can cause disagreements, from family issues to dilemmas related to work and finances. Anticipating these possibilities and addressing them in open conversations can be a significant step towards building a healthy relationship. B. Project. The project materializes in the materialization of the conceived plan. It should be implemented while the relationship continues in the initial chemistry phase, before tensions begin to build. For example, couples can discuss how they will face situations such as the need to travel for work or studies, in order to ensure that the distance does not undermine the relationship. It is preparation for future challenges. Having a notebook to record possible problems that arise over time is a smart strategy for maintaining clarity about the relationship. C. Calculation. A critical aspect to be considered is the cost of the relationship. Love alone is not enough to sustain a lasting relationship. Before committing, it is essential to assess your financial capacity to maintain the relationship. This includes the analysis of economic and sociocultural factors. Cultural divergence can be a challenge in intercultural relationships, and a lack of careful consideration can lead to tensions in the future. Before making marriage promises, it is essential to understand the impact of the partner's culture and education on the dynamics of the relationship. The planning does not involve discrimination or social class prejudice, nor does it encourage the search only for wealthy partners. Rather, it is a call to follow Jesus' guidance, recorded in Luke 14:28, which urges us to calculate before embarking on any project. The idea is to raise awareness of the responsibility of a relationship and the importance of preparing for future challenges. Coming together based on understanding, planning, and preparation provides a solid foundation for facing the obstacles that, over time, affect passion and romance. When we are aware of the difficulties that may arise, we are better equipped to overcome them and strengthen our relationship. Therefore, the calculation is not limited to social class or money. It means being aware and prepared to face challenges, regardless of financial resources. It is an expression of responsible and mature love, which can transform a relationship into something lasting and meaningful. These principles are fundamental for building a solid foundation that will sustain the relationship through the challenges of time and circumstances. Understanding these fundamentals is essential to building a solid foundation in your relationship. Page 16. Causes of cooling of feelings. The decline of feelings can be triggered by several reasons, notably the accumulation of hurts, neglect in cultivating feelings, emotional overload, unjustified indifference, conflicts resulting from lack of understanding, refusal to forgive, and, above all, the incompatibility. It is imperative to emphasize that joining together and sharing life with someone who does not share our affinity is an inappropriate choice. Compatibility must cover blood, mental, and physical aspects. A. Blood compatibility. Blood compatibility is essential, with the Rh factor as one example among many others. Blood tests are crucial in allowing medical professionals to assess a couple's suitability to produce healthy offspring. Neglecting this assessment can condemn the couple to face emotional torment year after year until they question their own divine existence. The result could be unwanted abortions, children afflicted with multiple illnesses, and constant mourning. It is regrettable that some couples, for trivial reasons, choose to ignore the need to undergo blood tests before getting married, placing their faith where prudence is required. Ignorance can leave unhappy children and a life permeated by moral torment. Furthermore, incestuous practice, already banned in the Bible, is a source of blood incompatibility. Leviticus 18, 11, 19, 20, 17-19. It is noteworthy that God, the supreme connoisseur of anatomy, instructed the prophet Moses to prohibit incestuous practice among the people. Unfortunately, there are still those who, mistakenly, view this prohibition as a matter of religious orthodoxy and thus persist in this practice. However, scientific evidence attests that incestuous unions have severe impacts on the health of their offspring. Therefore, the prohibition of incest does not aim to restrict individual freedom, nor does it represent a religious exaggeration. It is, rather, a matter of public health. In the 21st century, filling hospitals with sick children due to blood incompatibility is devoid of common sense. B. Mental compatibility. Mental compatibility should be assessed early on, in the early stages of friendship. Observing affinities of ideas and thoughts is extremely important. If divergences exceed 66%, this signals that the relationship may face incompatibilities, predicting indifference, conflicts, unhappiness, and even the dissolution of the marital bond. In this sense, it is crucial to recognize that there are individuals who, to win their partner's heart, simulate compatibility in the first months of the relationship. Therefore, it is prudent to examine the relationship for a minimum period of 6 months and a maximum of 1 year in order to attest to genuine compatibility. Hasty relationships, shortened below this temporal threshold, tend to be weakened. It is not necessary to be prophetic to foresee this outcome, as statistical data regarding current behaviors serve as a harbinger of the marital future. The Gospel according to Matthew 12:25 warns us that a kingdom divided within itself will not prosper. Similarly, building a loving relationship is similar to building a kingdom. Consequently, harmony and unity of thoughts are necessary preludes to the success of both. The prophet Amos, in 3:3, asks us, "Is it possible for two to walk together if they do not agree?" Incompatibility breeds disagreements, which in turn result in disunity and destruction. Where constant disagreements prevail, there is no room for spiritual, financial, or material progress. It's like governing a fragmented kingdom devoid of prosperity. Therefore, compatibility of thought between spouses is a key to the success of a relationship.